What up? What up? What up? It's your boy,
Yeah.
Mr. Real Deal Fantasy HQ, and I'm gonna whip my boy from Fantasy in Session, Gabriel.
Yeah. Hey, only the police call me Gabriel. You can just call me Gabe.
I'm feeling the shirt today.
Hey, you already know what's going on. Hey, it's getting burr out here in Georgia.
No cap.
You.
Out here in Jersey, it was like 40 when I came out this morning. I'm like, oh shit. Gotta throw that.
I don't want any of that. Man, I realize I'm just really, really old, bro, because I've been sitting here trying to figure out how to go live on TikTok. Don't know how to do it. Don't know how to do it.
Google is your friend.
Yeah, maybe I'm just not a good reader. How you been?
YouTube,
bro?
you could just watch the shit.
Yeah,
but
so.
yeah. We got that stardom sit-em today, the last minute stardom sit-ems. I know there's a game on right now. You know, it's two teams that aren't very successful. One is 1-4, 0-5. The other team, Jaguars, Dolphins, not really interested in the game, but I'm going to watch it because it's football in the morning. But that game is going to be concluded by the time this ends, and then we can get some last-minute stardom sit-em questions. So if you are watching right now, leave the questions in the comment section. We'll put them up on the screen. Me and Gabe will go back and forth, debate who to start, who to sit. We might agree, we might not agree. Whoever brings the smoke, we bring the smoke.
I got you.
So I definitely want to start off with some news, though. Now, CMC is on IR. Now, we were told he was good. We were told there was no setbacks. We were told, you know, he could possibly come back next week. So we thinking like, all right, cool. You know, we can have him out another week or whatever. We'll stay patient because the more patient we are, you know, the more healthy he'll be for the rest of the season. And then boom, my guy on IR, man. Like, how you feel about that? I mean, do you have?
It's so crazy how that shit go from like he went from like practicing in full then not practicing. It's so crazy. Yep. I'm really hurt. I'm really devastated. My team is hurt. Hopefully he comes back. That shit crazy. I don't know what to say about him. He can't be 101 next year. There's no way.
Nah, that was my next question too. Like, is he 101? No. I'm on the same side with you with it. I mean, I have 2 shares of him. Not really excited about him being, you know, on IR. I mean, my team, honestly, the way I was drafting, like I knew taking him 101, I would need that insurance policy. I would need that backup running back just in case he is injured. The same way we treated Saquon, we should have treated CMC the same. So my backup, unfortunately, was Chris Carson, who was also hurt. So, yeah. So
you got him in any dynasty leagues?
I mean, I think I got him only in redraft leagues. I don't think I have him in dynasty. I got to check though.
So in my dynasty leagues, I have him in a couple of places. My thing is, what would you trade for Christian McCaffrey? A guy on Twitter earlier today, told me he was trading Christian McCaffrey for DeAndre Hopkins straight up. I don't know. I don't think I'm still there yet. I'm not there.
I need more than that.
Yeah, no discounts. He's still the GOAT.
He's still. That's what I'm saying. When he play, he putting up 25, 30. Like that's a given. Like that's no cap. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and try to trade him straight up like for D-Hop. Nah, D-Hop don't be hitting every game. I'm not going to say he trash. I'm not going to say he's not talented, but it's not every game he putting up 25, 30 points. Like time has passed.
It's just too many. It's just too many targets out there now. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, while they're spreading the ball around, that's what's good, though. Like, we see the ball getting spread around, so I couldn't trade, you know, D-Hop. Well, I couldn't trade CMC for a D-Hop straight up. I need more than that. Like, I need you to throw in a T. Higgins in that or throw in a up-and-coming running back. Like, throw in a Antonio Gibson in that deal. Throw in, like, a J.K. Dobbins or a Cam Akers, even though they're hurt. You know what I mean? Throw something in the deal if we're going to talk long-term for me to – give up, you know, a CMC who come in the game every single time and turn up. So, yeah.
Hopkins has yet to get double-digit targets, and he's reaching that clips. I think it was, 29, something like that, when they start wide receivers supposedly start tailing off.
Yep, definitely, man. What up, Matt? What up? What up? Hey, what up, guys? Which QB do you like today, Kirk or Tannehill? Or wait, hold up, what? Kirk, Tannehill,
bro.
Okay, 3 quarterbacks.
So we got Christian Kirk playing. Let me look. Christian Kirk is playing who?
The Browns.
Browns.
Not bad. Not Christian Kirk.
No, they're playing the Panthers. I don't like that. I'm sitting Christian Kirk. I'm sitting Tannehill. I do like Burrow out of those 3 over Detroit. Yeah, Burrow has the best matchup in Detroit too. So I like Burrow.
I like Burrow too. Make sure you
Tannehill
like
versus
subscribe, Matt. But for the fact that you ended up with this trio, honestly, obviously it's a super flex or whatever the case may be, because I don't see you in a one quarterback league roster and three quarterbacks. But that's definitely a good situation if this is dynasty going forward. You got consistent, and then you got some youth in there as well. So good trio. But yeah. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was Geno Smith. He's finally getting the start. Russell Wilson on IR. Did not see that coming. Honestly, I didn't think the finger was that bad, but it looked it bad. But I thought it would be taped up, wrapped up, and he'll be fine. But Geno Smith getting his start. Like, are we taking him serious? I mean, I picked him up in the league where I needed a quarterback in Superflex. Just in case of a bye or injury or
I
whatever.
picked him up.
You know what I mean? Like, how
I
we
mean,
feeling about the matchups?
we talked about it on the show earlier. I mean, I like Gino just because of what he could potentially do and how he came in hot, and then he a black quarterback, so I'm always going team black quarterback.
That's
but
cool.
The only reason that offense went so great is because how accurate Russ was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if Gino doesn't come in that accurate, I feel like it could definitely hurt the wide receivers. I think Tyler Lockett could be the most hurt because him and Russell just have such a great connection. I mean, DK is a monster, so I feel like, what I'm saying, anybody could just throw it up to DK. But that's what I'm interested to see. And they have a hard matchup against Pittsburgh. So I'm starting him because I don't have no choice, because I would start. It's either him or Davis Mills at this point. That's how bad one of my leagues is, bro.
I mean, shit. I ain't starting Mills, but I feel as though Geno Smith will be fine because when he got in, he was able to drive 92 yards on us. I say us, Rams. And I feel as though, like you said, he could just toss it up to DK. DK is a security blanket. I really feel as though you can't go wrong with, targeting DK, especially moving forward. It's like you're going to build eventually that chemistry somewhat, the 3 to 4 weeks or whatever, how long, Russ may be out. I know he's on the IR to miss at least 3 games, but I could see him missing 4 because that's not like a good injury to come back because it's his throwing hand. So I feel as though between now and those 4 weeks, we could see Tyler Lockett probably gradually, get involved. So I feel as though, can't go wrong with DK. Tyler Lockett definitely gets hurt in this, but Geno Smith might be a decent streaming QB or a decent, QB3 that you need, with these bye weeks starting to hit now. So we might see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, you got to. Who else are you kind of like? I know you was always talk about week 4 is who you dropping. Who else are you thinking about dropping?
Ooh, time to let it go. Myles Gaskins, as he's playing right now, it's disgusting to watch him be used the way he's used. Not saying he sucks. I'm never coming at somebody's talent because, again, they are pro athletes, but the way he's being used and how he's being cycled out with a Malcolm Brown and Ahmed and stuff like that, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? If they're going to hype him up in the offseason as the guy, as, the lead back, then use him as such. You know what I mean? It's a little weird because it's not like Malcolm Brown or Ahmed are outplaying him because they're not doing that much damage. They're not doing anything crazy. They're not busting off 20-yard runs and et cetera, et cetera. They're just doing, their job at this point. It's nothing crazy. So from a fantasy standpoint, you got to let them go. There's no point of holding on to them. That's probably the worst, 5th round tag bust other than Ayuk.
Let's go for a bigger name, Allen Robinson.
Nah, I'm holding, bro. I'm holding. I got a hold. Again, we go back to investment. We invested somewhat high, like maybe 2nd round, 3rd round. A lot of people will feel some type of way, like me, especially being that I have 2 shares. Like, I can't drop him, bro. I can't let him get picked up now. And then there's a lot of football left. Like, we still early into the season, bro, and we got that extra game too. So the season gonna be longer. Like, December ain't here yet. If it comes to mid-November and he's still doing this shit, okay then.
I can't drop him. I don't have no choice because, like you said, I spent so much in draft capital on him. But he's ass. That offense is ass. Well, he's not ass. I actually think he doesn't want to play there.
Again, yeah, we ain't coming at his talent. We just Matt Nagy's ass. Let's just say that.
He doesn't want to play there this year. That's what I think it is, honestly. He's ready to go.
That's what I said. He's pulling the AJ Green. Nobody. Yo, he's pulling the AJ Green. He didn't want to sign that tag. He wanted to leave or he wanted to cash in. Signed the tag because he was like, you know what? All right, cool. I got Justin Fields. I'll stay. Then season starts, it ain't looking good. So he not motivated. Look at body language, bro. He not motivated, bro. That's what it is.
He's not even mad that he's not getting any. He has
No, he ain't
double
frustrated.
digit,
He just like, I'm here to get
double
paid.
digit fantasy points all year.
Nope.
That's the
So
crazy.
I feel as though this was a worse year to actually, invest in him, to buy him, to draft him, whatever you want to call it, because like we had to start looking at some of these like wide receivers when they publicly say they don't want to sign the tag. Like they not gonna put they all into it because that's guaranteed money
every time. Let me think of somebody else I don't like. One of the fringe people. He's on the fringe for me. Adam Thielen. He showed that if he doesn't score a touchdown, it's gonna be like he's pretty much a glorified tight end. Shout out to Los. He said that on the show. He's a glorified tight end at this point. If he gets touchdowns, cool. If he doesn't, then it's
I will have to disagree only for the simple fact we've seen him turn up before. We've seen him have back-to-back 100-yard games. This isn't, anywhere near a tight end what we've seen. If anything, I blame Kirk Cousins. I blame him trying to force the ball to Thielen when it's not there. Tight windows, like even when they got that win last week, barely. Yeah. When Adam Thielen caught that in the middle, he wasn't even able to throw that ball, but he threw it. So it's like, come on now. Like, I feel as though Adam Thielen right now, I'm not putting that touchdown dependent tag on him just yet because we've seen him turn up before, even with Jefferson there with 80 yards, 100 yards, et cetera, et cetera.
But that's the only reason why he is turning up this year is because of the touchdown. So he scored, I think he was like top 5 in touchdowns, something crazy.
Yeah, it's early, but he's the number 1 red zone target. We knew that coming into the season. Like, we knew that. We knew that coming to the season. He's number 1 target, and he's been that for the last 3 years. That's with and before Justin Jefferson. So it's not really like looking like, he's touchdown dependent. It's just what we've seen the last, couple weeks. Again, there's a lot of football left.
Robbie Anderson now with 18 targets in the last 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? With no CMC in the last 2 weeks, the targets went up. Eventually,
this is what's crazy. I wanted him or Terrace Marshall to turn up. It was either teeter-totter and like one of them will hit, one of them won't. Neither one of them are hitting right now. Like nobody is like turning up.
So you got to follow the volume though. The volume is going to Robbie and Terrace Marshall. What? Terrace Marshall six targets in the last 2 weeks to Robbie's 18.
It's disgusting. It's really disgusting because we know Marshall's the better player overall. But Robbie Anderson
Do we know that?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's better than Robbie as an all-around wide receiver. Definitely. I think Robbie Anderson can make big plays. Most definitely, but he's not like a yak yard guy and yards at the catch, stiff arming people going downfield. I think that could be more so Marshall than a Robbie Anderson. No?
We're gonna see it. I mean, I don't know. We're gonna see it, man. We're gonna see. I haven't seen enough of Terrace Marshall to say that. I've seen Robbie Anderson play.
I feel as though by the end of the season, we'll have an idea of shaping out what his future looks like. Marshall, I'm talking about. Even though Robbie Anderson signed for 2 more years or whatever, that's fine. But we'll see. We'll see how this shapes out. I think Anderson will be faded out eventually, hopefully.
Who you got as the start of the week?
So my start of the week definitely has to go to Latavius Murray. Now, I feel as though against the Chargers defense is a little soft against the run. They're giving up the most yards on the ground right now. The running backs, they're 6th in points allowed to running backs, I should say, as well. So the fantasy points are there. But also, elephant in the room, obviously, this might benefit Lamar Jackson more so than the running backs. We've seen that happen before. But I'm still going to take the bet on Latavius Murray because he's filling in that role as an RB1. Taysom Williams is not really that it factor anymore that we thought he was. He's not being used as such. So Latavius Murray this week is my start of the week because we're riddled with injuries. Like no Saquon, no CMC, no Carson, no Nick Chubb. The list goes on. So if you're sitting here depleted at running back, Latavius Murray has to be a lock in your lineups just based on this matchup.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like you said, just because of all the injuries and stuff like that. So if you were really digging in the barrel, I guess so. But
we all are. Like for us, that's in like 6-7 leagues.
Yeah, for sure.
In one spot, we doing.
Oh, for sure. I started Kenneth Gainwell at one point.
I had Gainwell, Booker, and I'm starting Alex Collins, bro.
For sure.
Like that's where I'm at right now. That's my 3. That's my 3 in my lineup right now. One of my leagues. That's my home league too. So I'm getting clowned in person.
I'm a pivot then. I'm gonna start somebody crazy then. Khalil Herbert.
Yes.
With Damian Williams being out, shout out to Jabbar. I didn't like him when Damian Williams wasn't out, but now that Damian Williams is out, I do like him. What he had 18 touches last week, 18 rushes for 75 yards, 4 yards per carry.
Williams is still getting double-digit carries as well. That's
for sure. And it looks like we mentioned about Allen Robinson, either Justin Fields doesn't want to throw or the offense doesn't require him to throw, which is also gross.
I mean, I'm not watching Bears games from start to finish, to be honest. I'm on red zone. I'm watching the local.
I'm watching all that shit. He hasn't thrown over 20 times all year. That is gross.
Gross.
Stinky.
But what it looks like is I don't think he can throw to him. You see what I'm saying? The little bit that I've seen, I don't think he can because Allen Robinson's not getting separation. Like we said before, it don't look like he really playing. It didn't look like he's just out there to be out there to get a check.
Yeah. But Justin Fields also he's not doing nothing good. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he was like throwing bad, but he was rushing, that would be cool. He's not doing anything good.
That's why I feel like outside of fantasy, we might see Andy Dalton pop back in real quick, quicker than expected, to be honest. Because Justin Fields ain't doing nothing like great, spectacular. I know we want our rookie quarterbacks to develop, but we all know Matt Nagy is trash.
Yeah, for sure. Who you got as a sit?
So my sit of the week is Kadarius Toney. It might sound crazy, but he's on a prove it deal for me. I'm not going to be putting him in my starting lineups immediately based on what we saw last week. And you got to understand, you got the Rams this week. This ain't being biased. This is being real. Like, I feel as though he going to be in trouble when he faced Ramsey. When that offensive line has to deal with Aaron Donald on every single play, that's going to be an issue. That's going to be an issue to where he's constantly blanketed by, a Ramsey and company, et cetera, et cetera. He's not putting up numbers he put up last week. That's not happening. That's off top. Way better defense that they're going into this week with. That's just off top, honestly. I feel as though the Cowboys, they did their job. They were able to, capitalize on them on defense as well, but they gave up a lot of targets to him. They gave a lot of yards for him. So I feel as though we're going to jump on top of that. Usually most wide receivers, they don't get off crazy like that on us. Fingers crossed. Not saying that he can't, but I just feel as though he's on a prove it deal for me. I've been, 3 weeks without starting him? 4 weeks maybe? Probably didn't even start him last week. I can go another week to see how he's doing if I have better options, to throw in the starting lineup.
I like it. Yeah, I definitely like that. I'm going to sit Kirk Cousins. Now 2 straight weeks, number 27 finish, number 21st finish. He going up against Cleveland last week, which was understandable why he sucked, but the week before that it wasn't. After after week 1 through 3, he had 8 touchdowns, and that made his numbers look like okay, Kirk Cousins might be that boy. But then the last 2 weeks he only had 2 touchdowns combined, so that's always going to put that stink back on him. He's going up against the Panthers. Panthers are a great defense. The last few weeks, man, he just hasn't showed you enough to make him a start candidate. And I know we had a question about him earlier. So anybody else out there thinking about starting Kirk Cousins, I would pivot. This is a week to go ahead and start.
It's crazy. Like, as soon as I made that tweet about him having the best start to the season, like no interception, 8 touchdowns, he was balling. Like completions was up. As soon as I made that tweet, he just started just declining, bro. Like that was a jinx because I went up and picked him up. He was on the wire in some of my leagues. So I'm like, I'll pick him up, stash him. Now he's just riding, and I'm looking at him on my bench like this is why I don't draft 2 quarterbacks in 1 quarterback league. So it's like trash.
No, I'll never. I mean, if I do, like I did, like the first time this year, I went like, who did I get? Somebody like not good. I think it was probably like Matt Stafford that I thought he wasn't going to be as good as he is. And then I went Trey Lance because I thought Trey Lance eventually, like he did, come in the middle of the season, start and be that kind of canonical.
Came in early. I'll tell you that.
It's a bye week. If he comes and starts after the bye week, he might be one of the best one, the best rookie.
Yeah. He got the rushing upside as well. I think he ran like 18 times in one game, and that was that's fine right there.
That's what Justin Fields should be doing. I don't understand why Justin Fields is not doing that.
I think I think Matt Nagy probably telling him not to be honest, because he probably agreeing with him like, look, I ain't trying to get injured like Dalton. I know this old line is trash. I ain't trying to go out there and put my body on the line. I want longevity because the
Mhm.
moment he's injured, you might not see him for the rest of the season on some shit. You know what I mean? Like it might be one of those situations.
That's weird though. Like I don't understand why they would do that.
I mean, he came out the game that Andy Dalton got hurt. He came out. He ran probably like 10 times. I think one game. It might have been.
Yeah, it was the 10 times in that one half, and that's when
10
everybody was
times in
like,
the one
"Oh
half, and
shit,
then it
oh
was like, oh
shit."
shit, let's do it. And then
Mm-hmm.
he looking at it like, oh shit, he talking about as soon as Andy Dalton healthy, he back in. Like what? Like son, it's disgusting. Matt
So
Nagy
now he's not even running the ball at all. Like
no, because
is
he
that
know
the
his
answer?
time is up. He know he on the clock. As soon as he get hurt or anything, if any ankle sprain, like when he extended his leg, you seen that shit last week when he had that hyperextended leg kick. I
Yeah.
said
That was
it's a
crazy.
wrap.
He
Matt
be
Nagy
doing
waiting,
wild yoga. Pause.
bro. He was waiting. Matt Nagy's waiting for any reason. Like, know what? Dalton back in. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
You got to be doing wild yoga for him to not.
Oh hell, bro, my shit hurt just looking at that shit.
That's a fact.
Like, that was
Oh
disgusting.
man, the fact that. Do you think that when is Tyrod Taylor coming back? Is it over for him? Because I thought he was coming back this week. But here go Davis Mills, sorry ass, trotting out there again.
Damn, I'm not too sure. It might be a dub.
Oh, and then another one. I do like them trap games. You know what I'm saying? Like how you talked about Kadarius Toney. Do you think Robert Woods falls into that trap game?
No. I think this is the
he got. I mean, but on the, I could see Kadarius Toney doing it. Like I mentioned, I don't think he's going to get those 13 targets, but 6 to 7 targets, and you know what I'm saying, a big play out of one of them targets. I could see him going, 5 for 60. Maybe he get a touchdown, especially with no Saquon, no
Slayton's
Galladay. Slayton is playing.
Questionable. Yeah, Slayton's playing.
I thought Shepard would be playing. I thought it would be the other way around.
Still. No update on him. I mean, once we get closer to game time, we'll know. But I feel as though Robert Woods, now that McVay is recognizing balance somewhat, like that was Robert Woods last week. That was his game. That was I'm gonna show you. You know, I'm telling the truth. Like you gotta believe me type shit. Like I feel as though this week we'll see more balance because like at the same time, Giants defense ain't that crazy. Yeah. They're mid-tier. I'll say they're mid-tier. Excuse me. I'm not going to say they trash, but they're mid-tier. So mid-tier can't handle a Cooper Kupp and a Robert Woods. Like mid-tier can't handle a Deshaun Jackson burning them down the line. Like they can't handle that. And with the Tyler Higbee, whatever the fuck, and a running game, like they can't handle all areas of that offense being good. Like especially with Matthew Stafford, commanding that shit. So they can't handle a team like that. I feel as though like the Cowboys, they did them like dirty at the end of the day when it comes down to like plays and shit. They were giving up huge plays down the field, and that can easily happen with Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, and etc.
I just feel like they might let up off the gas. What's Vegas got as the over under? It's only 48 points, so there's not even hitting the 50. And they got them as 9.5-point favorites already. So I just think they might let up off the break. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
But I just don't see like, that was a lot of targets. Like you could tell, like he intentionally was like, "Hey, I'm throwing you the ball 35 bajillion times today."
Exactly. And Cooper Kupp only had like I think 6, 7.
No, I think he had caught like 9.
Yeah,
I think so.
Let me see. I might be wilding.
So yeah, Cooper Kupp still went crazy. Kupp has seen, he's seen at least 10. He saw 10 targets, at least 10 targets. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, then he Gucci. You find him balance. That's what matters. Like that's what really matters. You find balance in that offense, and you have 10%.
They just had to throw the ball that many times though last week. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, they had to. I mean,
this week they might especially what the Giants gonna do.
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why Kadarius Toney is a trap. It's a trap. How we saw last week with Miles Gaskins and this foolery going on now. Everybody's starting Gaskins because he had 10 targets for 10 catches. That's a red flag. That's like first of all, it's public information. You cannot run on the Bucs. You're not running the ball, so you expect them to run the ball.
No. That's why I thought Kenneth Gainwell was gonna do good. He lied to me.
Fuck the Eagles, man. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. They don't know what they're doing. I can't start Gainwell until we figure out like game plan because that game he put up 20 points. I think it was like week 3. It was like, yo, this is how you use him. The fuck?
He scored a touchdown. That touchdown deodorant.
Yep.
You gotta be aware that touchdown deodorant is covering up that must.
It's crazy though. It's like, yo, you see in the game plan last week, just execute the same thing but better.
How do you feel about James Robinson? Did you know he was top 5 in rushing?
Yep. Back-to-back games. I think it's 3 games in a row, 20-plus points, and I feel as though that's how he should be used. For fantasy, that's like top 7, top 5 language right there.
Jalen Waddle scored today. That was good.
Yes, sir. He getting peppered with a lot of targets with Devontae Parker out. So
Marvin Jones got back in the end zone.
That was a good-ass catch. I actually watched that.
That was a great throw.
Yeah.
Oh, Jalen Waddle scored twice or once? He scored twice.
I got the game on right now. I ain't hear nobody screaming.
Yeah, he scored twice. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is the breakout game everybody's been waiting for.
I was scared of it. I was scared of it.
I was only scared of it because Tua coming back and it's a London game. So
the London, exactly. But if you're chasing points, you found them.
Yep. There you go. Waddle in my lineup in the Scott Fish Bowl, so I'm good on wide receivers there. But my running backs,
I don't know where Laviska Shenault is.
That's on Urban, man. Actually, no. Today that's on Trevor. He threw some bad passes to Shenault today.
Shenault also dropped some too.
He dropped 1 or 2. I think it was
back to back.
So I don't know what they got going on, but as long as Tavon Austin ain't relevant, I don't give a fuck.
Hey, the fact that he's still running routes on the field is crazy. You would think they would take him out, but nope.
Bro, he had 5 catches, 5 targets last week. Shenault had 1 for 58 yards. Like, what the fuck? And it was in the fourth quarter?
And it was in the fourth quarter, too.
Yeah.
And then he never threw it to him again after the biggest play of the game.
Yo, that's wild to me. That's really, like, real life wild to me, bro. Like, that is disgusting. Because you're sitting there looking at it like, what's going on? Like, what did he do? Like, what the fuck?
The 2 and 3 Falcons don't play today, man. We win in the bye week.
Matter of fact, how y'all looking, man?
We got the same record as the Chiefs.
Man, I don't want to hear that shit.
Hey, we got the same record as the Chiefs. That's what I'm saying. Shit. Until the Chiefs have a better record than the Falcons, then I don't want to hear nobody talking shit about the Falcons. That's how I feel.
Wow. You wild, bro.
The Chiefs
coming from the bye.
Hey, Calvin really come. He was not ever hurt. He was dealing with personal issues.
Personal issues. He ain't
I don't really know what that was. Yeah, maybe it was. I don't know.
In London. He ain't got no passport. That's probably why.
Hopefully,
I'm not going.
Hopefully, he wasn't doing no thug shit. That's what I'm always scared of, bro. Like, I'm scarred as an Atlanta fan.
Like that.
As an Atlanta fan, I will never forget the day I came home from school and I looked on the news and this man, Michael Vick, was going to jail. I said, "Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. This is the starting quarterback for my favorite football team, and he's going to jail for dog fighting. Get the fuck out of here." I said, "Why is he not at practice?"
That shit crazy.
So anytime something like that come up, I'll be scarred.
I blame DMX. R.I.P.
I blame Aaron Brooks or whatever the quarterback name. I don't know, because that was his cousin. He probably had something to do with it, bro. That's what I blame. And he a Saint. That's what I blame.
What the fuck?
What's that?
One of my videos was playing in the background.
Oh man, double promo.
Word, bro. Hey, I think we good today, man. This last minute starting sentence is dope. We missing Javar. He out on the road today.
Javar always on the road.
Safe travels wherever you going, my boy. We here for you. Low sleep. He sleep.
I don't know. He probably looking at us right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised they ain't jumping the chat talking Falcons. But we're gonna head up out of here. Make sure you follow Fantasy in Session on Twitter, TikTok, right? TikTok, that's what it is. YouTube,
everything. I might just go on YouTube and just like let y'all look at me set my lineups.
Go ahead. I mean, that's content right there. See what you putting in.
For sure. We might. I don't know. Let me see what time it is.
Word. I mean, look, we got time. It's a little early. We're gonna get these lineups straight. I got like 7 other leagues. I need to really think about what I'm gonna do.
You want to hop on the chat? You want to hop on the live?
Shit, let me know.
All right, I'm about to fuck you. We ain't got to do nothing special. We can just do it.
All right, we're gonna get up out of here. Make sure you follow me on TikTok as well, Real Deal Fantasy HQ on there, and then Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, of course. Make sure you like and subscribe. Your boy's almost at 1,000. Help your boy out.
Gunshots.
See y'all later.
Gunshots
Peace.
to 1,000. Peace.